It was the flowering of an ambition born 50 years ago. 50 years' struggle come to this. The first task was genetic recovery. Acquiring Jurassic or Cretaceous amber, extracting preserved DNA, and reassembling the complete sequences. Bringing it up the well, we called it. If we succeeded, the InGen technology would be historic. Isla Sorna. Costa Rica lay to the east, a quiet neighbor, to the west, open water, and the shipping lanes of the Pacific. A forest this wild, this unknown, has not been seen by any human since the great hunters of the early Pliocene.
Isla Sorna, the mysterious sister island to Isla Nublar. The place with so many stories left unsaid, truths yet explored, and problems to be figured out. Abandoned in May of 1995 after a massive hurricane hit the island, leaving InGen's assets to run rampant. But what of the assets? What were the species that were brought back up the well that is time? Here in this video, we are going to attempt to answer these questions. The factory floor, where the magic really happened. Dr. Wu's mysterious island. InGen's lost world, also called Site B, or simply known as Isla Sorna, is a moderately sized volcanic island located approximately 207 miles west of Costa Rica. It is the largest and biologically diverse island of the Muertes archipelago, and the third island to have formed in the chain. Isla Sorna is best known for the InGen research which occurred there over a 13-year period between 1982 and 1995, during which time de-extinction was accomplished successfully. Between 1986 and 2018, the island was inhabited by de-extinct animal life. Brachiosaurus altithorax, the marvelous emerald titans of Isla Sorna. These gigantic theropods thrive in the western regions of Isla Sorna alongside many other jungle-dwelling species. In the early 2000s, these species were relocated to Jurassic World to star in the now-abandoned Brachiosaurus Valley, but soon would come to inhabit the up-and-coming Brachiosaurus Treetop Gazers exhibit. This species of Brachiosaurus was once found in the Central Plains near the airstrip. Brachiosaurus bronchi. An active and playful species, the African Brachiosaurus, now known as Giraffe Titan, existed as a staple at both Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Here on Isla Sorna, they were a fiercely territorial and aggressive creature, tending to live together in large family groups away from other herbivores, especially other sauropods. This species of Brachiosaurus tended to live in the eastern forests alongside Stegosaurus. Edmontosaurus annectens. This species is the largest creature on Isla Sorna that is not a sauropod. The Enanotitan, or Edmontosaurus, flourishes across the eastern lowlands of Isla Sorna and is the primary dietary preference of the infamous Tyrannosaurus rex. However, they're far from defenseless, as their massive size allows them to hold their own against the largest of predators. Mamenchisaurus cynocandorum. At 140 feet long and weighing up to 30 tons, the Mamenchisaurus is one of the largest species cloned by InGen. Although it bears a striking resemblance to sauropods from North America, this Asian dinosaur is more unique than people often imagine. This sauropod takes up residence in the eastern lowlands of the island. Microceratops gobiensis. Microceratus is one of InGen's first prehistoric creations, and at the time of their birth, very little was known about it. Microceratus was formerly called Microceratops before it was reclassified in 2008, due to Microceratops also being the genus name of a wasp. This is one species that we currently don't know where it had settled after Hurricane Clarissa hit the island. Orodromaeus macaulay, a rare and not as well-known species in the Ornithischian clade. Orodromaeus is a small herbivorous dinosaur from the late Cretaceous in North America. Its remains were discovered alongside Maiasaura by Dr. Alan Grant in 1977. Orodromaeus can be found in the High Ridge region of Isla Sorna. It spends its time hidden in the lush forests of this region. Its natural rival is the Compsognathus. Pachycephalosaurus wyomingensis. The stubborn, thick-headed Pachycephalosaurus is fiercely territorial. There are 2 known locations of the species. They have been observed along the Eastern Game Trail along with many other species. These seem to be more docile tribe. The second tribe has been observed near the old InGen marina in the southwestern foothills. Parasaurolophus wakiri. Parasaurolophus is the dominant herbivore of the many waterways throughout the island. They have been observed across every region on Isla Sorna. This species is a genus of hadrosaurid duck-billed dinosaurs and is separated into 3 subspecies, along with varying behaviors and designs. Stegosaurus stenops. The formidable Stegosaurus is often found near the many rivers and beaches across Isla Sorna. They are known for their 3-foot-long thagomizers that adorn their tails. They have been known to be a favorite snack of the Compsognathus. Rumor has it that InGen clones have grown much larger than their fossil counterparts from the Jurassic period. Triceratops horridus. The Triceratops is another fiercely territorial species, and should always be treated with not only caution, but respect. There are 2 known variations of Triceratops, mostly keeping to the western half of the island. One is near one of the northwestern inlets, giving it distance, and mountains protecting it from some of the island's more carnivorous residents, as well as a second herd living in the plains area between the airstrip and the Embryonics Administration Complex. Gallimimus bellatus. The great runners of the many plains of Isla Sorna. The Gallimimus is a fan favorite. They have been observed in many locations across the island, and mostly keeping to the eastern portion. Near the game trail, they are the fastest animal on the island. Albertosaurus sarcophagus. The Albertosaurus is one of the tyrannosaurid dinosaurs that InGen resurrected. It typically lives in the jungle surrounding the airstrip, as it stays close to its preferred food source, Parasaurolophus. It's one of the rarer species left to fend for itself post-Hurricane Clarissa incident, with only 3 known individuals living not too far away from their initial holding pens at the Embryonics Administration Complex. Baryonyx wakiri. Coastal caverns along the edge of Isla Sorna is where the Baryonyx resides. It can be found in the underground rivers that snake their way through Isla Sorna's active geothermal rivers. Being one of the most territorial theropods in the island, it is best that you take caution when approaching any of the caverns throughout the island. The Baryonyx is known to live alongside Styracosaurus. Barasuchus. Barasuchus is an extinct genus of phytosaur that lived in Brazil's late Cretaceous rivers and swamps. Today it festers and is one of Sorna's dominant river predators. The species has been observed going out of their way for copies. Barasuchus is probably mistranslated from Barusuchus. Carnotaurus sastraei. Carnotaurus is an extinct genus of albellosaurid theropod dinosaur that lived in Argentina during the late Cretaceous period. It has been observed as being a fast runner. However, it has a hard time changing direction when at full speed. It is one of the very few species that has remained in close vicinity to the Embryonics Administration Complex. It has been observed frequenting the power plant building. Compsognathus longimus. InGen's all-natural garbage disposal system. The Compsognathus, also known as Compy, is one of the most successful species on the entire island, as it has reached every single corner of it. After Hurricane Clarissa, the species escaped their holding pen at the Embryonics Administration Complex and began breeding like rabbits, and its population numbers have become untraceable. It has become the common snack of most of the medium to larger sized carnivores. Its diet consists of the leftover scraps of left carcasses, as well as feces left behind by the island's other residents. Dilophosaurus weatherilli. The Dilophosaurus is to be avoided at all costs. You will most likely only see a juvenile, as adults are a lot less common. If you do happen to encounter one, grab its neck before the venom glands begin to enlarge. Once this happens, it is unfortunately too late for you. Dilophosaurus typically live across the midwestern region of Isla Sorna, just east of the aviary compound. Dimetrodon limbatus. Dimetrodon was a synapsid. Synapsids once dominated the early Permian period. It was a large meat eater with a very interesting bodily feature: a large sail on its back. They have been observed in two locations: in the abandoned German mine at the eastern base of the western volcano, as well as alongside the baryonyx in the subterranean caverns in the central part of the island. Pteranodon sternbergii. Geosternbergia, just for simplicity's sake, is from the late Cretaceous period of Kansas, and was one of the largest pterosaurs and had a wingspan of up to 7.25 meters, or 23.8 feet. Sternbergii was traditionally considered a species or occasionally subspecies of the similar pterosaur Pteranodon. They have been observed across the island, but frequent the sulfur plains, which are to the east of the central caldera, as well as some of the gorges that are directly west of the Embryonics Administration Complex. Previously, they were once housed in the aviary, which is at the mount of the central inlet. Styracosaurus pricei. Styracosaurus is a genus of early dinosaur from the late Triassic period. It was a small carnivorous theropod only 2 meters long. It lived in South America, hence its name, which means lizard of the Southern Cross. It is a close cousin of the Herrerasaurus. This species lives alongside the baryonyx in the coastal caverns surrounding the island.
Tyrannosaurus rex, tyrant lizard. They reigned for 25 million years. We grew 7 of them, the 7 rulers of the island. And despite what we'd been led to believe, the T-Rex was not a scavenger at all. We clocked one at 50 kilometers an hour.
Tyrannosaurus rex. The 7 rulers of Isla Sorna. One was removed and brought to Isla Nublar, Rexy, in 1988, which left the remaining 6 to stake their claims over the island. We only know the territory of 3 groups. The buck and doe share territory, which is the southeastern corner of the island, near the Game Trail region. There is another rex that has been observed to be living in the region southwest of the communications complex. It is currently unknown which of the remaining 6 rulers of Isla Sorna this one is. The final remaining territory is the western central valley, directly west of the central caldera. This rex we know of as the bull shares a portion of his territory with the next species on our list, and has been known to feast on sauropods, hadrosaurids, and ceratopsians. The bull is often mistaken for buck, as they both look strikingly similar.
Velociraptor, pack hunter, quite vicious and quite intelligent. In the jungle, the forest, and the mountain, 3 raptor tribes staked out territory.
Velociraptor anterhopus. The 3 raptor tribes have distributed themselves in the center of the island. Raptor Tribe A, the oldest of the tribes, found their home in the central caldera, above the communication complex. Raptor Tribe B, the lowland raptors, settled in the central plains, south and southeast of the central caldera region, reaching as far south as the southern coast of the island. Raptor Tribe C, the Highland Raptors, have settled in the western Central Valley, to the west of the Central Caldera, as well as the mountains to the southeast of the Embryonics Administration Complex, located behind the InGen Marina. This species is the second most successful at holding their territory of any of the species that InGen has resurrected. The inactive species: Allosaurus fragilis, Dimorphodon macronensix, Herrerasaurus ishtagualastensis, Metriacanthosaurus parkeri, Proceratosaurus bradleyi, Segisaurus holly, Suchosaurus cultritens, Tylosaurus proriger, Ankylosaurus magniventris, Apatosaurus excelsius, Corythosaurus casuarius, Euoplocephalus tutus, Hadrosaurus folkii, Leptoceratops gracilis, Maiasaura pebblesaurum, Pachyrhinosaurus sp. I hope you enjoyed our look behind the curtain of one of the most mysterious chapters in InGen's story. Isla Sorna will always be a mystery. This was just our best guess on how to answer the initial question of what was all on InGen's asset list. If you disagree, please leave a comment below, and we will like to have a chat about it. Jurassic World's era is getting all the love lately, so let's use this as a way to get conversations for this portion of the Jurassic story going once again.
Hey Ember Miners, thanks for watching today's video. Be sure to click the subscribe button on your way out and click the bell icon to be notified of our videos when we upload them.